If I had to start a roofing company in 2025, this is exactly what I do. I'm gonna go over 3 things for you guys in this video, like the 3 most important things that you need to get down. I see a lot of roofers just completely ignore these things or have these 3 steps be very, very weak. So in this video, I'm gonna go over absolutely everything and pretty much show you like what the fuck to do. All right, the first thing we're gonna be going over is the offer and how you can stack your guarantees and make saying yes as easy as possible. I see a lot of roofers, like they just completely ignore their offer. Like they're just like, we do great work. Like that's no offer whatsoever. So you need to craft an outcome-based guarantee. So here's like a framework that we're gonna give you right here. So we get you your desired result in time frame, or you don't pay, or like we give you X money back. So, or risk reversal, right? So one more time, like we get you desired result. So like right here, new roof installed within 21 days, or we get you $500 back. Or lifetime leak-free guarantee. If it leaks, we fix it for free forever. Stuff like that. So that's like a free framework for you guys to, absolutely dial down like your offer. Super important. Like, cause you can throw this everywhere. You could throw this in your marketing, like your sales. Like you can throw this guarantee everywhere, and it just makes the saying yes a lot more frictionless, right? And here's some examples of high converting offer structures. So a speed guarantee. So new roof completed in 14 days or $500 back. And you can play around with whatever numbers that works best for you guys. Quality guarantee. Lifetime leak-free guarantee, no fine print, right? And you can even maybe add like a risk reversal to that, like or like $1,000 back, or like free repair or something like that. Customer satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% happy, you only pay what you feel it's worth. This is like a very extreme one, but it's super powerful. I would be really careful with this one as well. And the whole goal, obviously, of having a great guarantee and a great offer is you're removing the fear within the customer's mind. Like when you're sales rep or you're in their house at their kitchen table, like pitching them with 20 grand. If you have no sort of guarantee offer with a risk reversal on it, like they're just sitting there with 20 grand on their head, just like, this other guy's cheaper. Just like all this doubt in their mind, right? So it's making your company the logical, no-brainer decision, just giving it a lot less friction. And when you have reps, it's giving your reps a lot more leverage to close those deals without so much fear and pressure, right? So a big framework, like in just sales in general, just business, is like proof and promise, right? So this goes along the lines of your promise. And especially if you're just starting, so kind of the title of this video, like you're just starting a company in 2025, like you don't have a whole lot of proof yet. So you need to have a very strong promise. So that's section 1. All right, in section 2, we're gonna be talking about marketing, playing the infinite game or get crushed by the people that are playing the infinite game, right? So I see a lot of people in roofing, they've been in the industry for 30 years, I've been roofing since before you were born. You're also using tools that were made before I was born, right? That are like getting absolutely dog walked by other strategies now, like in 2025, right? So let's talk about like how you can get the most bang for your buck in terms of your input to output, right? So my biggest enemy, this is kind of like my arch nemesis, is door knocking. So door knocking, it works, obviously. It works. It's just like you're talking to somebody face to face, but it's probably the lowest leverage form of marketing that you could probably do, because you're going out into the street, manually knocking on people's doors and trying to have conversations with them and like pitching, hey, you need a new roof? Like I can get on and do a free inspection, right? So I think door knocking like stinks overall when you put it when you compare it to like these other strategies, right? So like it says here, like it still works, but it's limited by human effort. Like you got the one rep. They knock one door at a time. It's one conversation at a time. And the way that you scale it is you just get one more rep, and then they just one more door, one more conversation. Like it's very linear in the way that it's scaled, right? So because of that, you're very capped. Like it's just, you have to have and manage an army to produce results that are comparable to somebody that's using other higher leverage strategies, So that's why door knocking is it's like enemy number 1 for me. Like it's like if that's your main way of doing it, depending on where you want to take your company, but if you really want to scale it and be like the household name for roofing in your market, it's very, very tough to do that nowadays through door knocking. So definitely would not put all your eggs in that basket. So like digital marketing, it removed all the friction from this. Like every single post that you make, think of it as it's like a lottery ticket. You're going to the gas station and you're buying a scratch off to win $1 million every post that you make. Every ad creative that you make, every campaign that you run, it is running 24/7, talking to people while you're sleeping. It's door knocking people while you're sleeping in your bed. You don't have to be out in the streets with all your little minions, knocking doors in the neighborhood, right? It is literally knocking those doors as you're sleeping, and you are still spending 9 hours a day door knocking. Like what are we doing? Like the algorithms, they replaced like all of the manpower. And the best part of it is, it says right here, like they don't take any breaks. It's not like Meta needs to sleep. It's not like Google ads need to sleep, right? Like, oh, I'm tired. Like I'm gonna stop targeting homeowners for the next 2 hours. I need a lunch break. That's what your door knockers need to do though. So why are we so dependent on a manpower built system when we can have algorithms that just do it for us all the time, 24/7, and it's exponential? I think it says it somewhere on here. Like, yeah, right here. Like I said before, like scaling with humans, it's a linear process. If you want to 10x your door knocking, you need to 10x the amount of people that you hire, and it's simple as that. And a lot of times, it's actually less than that. Like you get guys on and they're new, so they need to be trained up, and you need to train them up, and now they're like 70% as good as your top guys, and it's just, oh, now they want to leave, and now we got to get another one. It's absolute pain in the ass. But with scaling with like digital marketing strategies, it's completely exponential. Like if you make a great video, like you post, you hand in your lottery ticket and it was a good one, you get 100,000 times the results. 100,000 times the results. Like this video, it's great. 10,000 times the results. You do not get that with door knocking. You just don't. Or other methods of just like cold, like manpower approaches, right? And same with ads. Like you have one great campaign, you have great, you make some great creatives, everything like hooks up on the campaign. That is going to be pumping out appointments, pumping out leads for you with pretty much no limit. For most of you guys, like you put a ton of spend into that and still get great results from it. And once again, in your sleep, you wake up and I got appointments. You can't do that with door knocking, right? So if you're trying to win in 2025 and you're using 1995 tools, like you're just setting yourself up to lose. Think of it like you're some like ancient human. You just learned how to use your bow and arrow. And then somebody uses like they time travel and they come in with like a Tommy gun and just drill the whole village down. Like, it's like that's who you're up against. You're taking a bow and arrow to a Tommy gun fight. You're never going to win that battle. Your competitors are going to eat you the fuck alive if you're not like on this wavelength, So, I mean, that's kind of like the infinite growth framework. Like to win in 2025, you need to be leveraging these platforms that amplify your efforts to no limit. Like it's exponential. They amplify. It's not like this linear like input, one input, one output. It's not how it works. Now we're going to go over a framework that if you execute using like kind of like what I was talking about before, using like organic content and paid ads, if you use them in tandem, like the 1-2 punch, you're gonna absolutely steamroll everybody. Okay, so to win in 2025 and beyond, you need to leverage platforms that amplify your effort. So kind of like that exponential growth that I was talking about, not limit it, right? So here's the model of what it looks like. So the first is kind of like the content side. So your organic reach. So you build daily valuable content around roofs, storm tips, homeowner advice, whatever else you can think of. Just post, and you'll get better over time. Look at what your competitors are doing. Look at other people in your market that are posting on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, like whatever platforms, and look at what they're doing. Make it your own, make it better, and then just push tons and tons of volume, right? So like I said, post consistently on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Get the content on every platform you can to draw eyeballs, right? If you do this for long enough and you do it well enough, sooner or later, you will become that local go-to expert Memphis or like whatever city that you're in, like roofing guide, Like you will just become that guy because you have that presence, you have that track record, okay? And then when you pair it with paid ads, this is kind of where you see that exponential result. Like it's like organic content plus paid ads equals like $1 million. It's not like a 1 + 1 = 2 situation like it would be if you're knocking doors, right? Like 1 rep plus 1 rep equals 2 reps. All right, now moving on to the paid ad side. So like if you're posting this content and you become that Memphis roofer or the San Francisco roofer, whatever the hell city you're in, I don't care. Paid ads, think of it as like content is the thing that's like warming people up, right? I'm just gonna kind of go to the local domination hybrid strategy, right? The content is warming people up. They kind of know you as like the Memphis roofer, right? They kind of see your face and they kind of like associate your face with your logo and roofs. Like, oh, they might follow you. They see you on the feed all the time, whatever it looks like, right? Now, when you post or when you have an ad campaign and that ad shows up on their feed, that's when you're asking for that conversion. You're asking for that booking. You're asking for their email. You're asking for that phone number, and they're much more likely to give you that phone number because they've seen your face, right? Think of your competitor who's not posting any content whatsoever. They just see a random ad, might have a good offer, and they might click on the ad at a much lower rate, promise you that. And when they do click on the ad, they're much less likely to like answer their phone, much less likely to book an appointment, much less likely to show up, much less likely to close, and much less likely to refer their friends. That's how powerful, and that's that exponential growth that the content gives you. It's not gonna be like you post a video, it gets 10 million views and you're just a millionaire. Content is more something where like you build it up over time, you build up that little portfolio. Every video you post is like one little mini ad out there, right? That is just reaching these people and working, like one little soldier that's advancing your kingdom on your behalf while you're sleeping, right? That's kind of how content works. And it increases like the KPI of everything. Your show rate gets better, your close rate gets better, your referral rate gets better, like everything just gets better. And you're like, I wonder why. It's because you've been spending all this time and energy and effort and money, like building out this content engine that is just working all the time. And your name is just everywhere. So whenever anybody in Memphis thinks about roofing, they think about your fucking face, right? That's the whole effect that we want. So the ads are like collecting that, right? It's like the content is like kind of cooking everything up. The ads are going into that stew that you've been brewing up and just taking it out. And that's where you get those conversions from, is from the ads, right? So that's where we call like the infinite growth framework, where it's kind of like that hybrid strategy of this organic and paid ads just working in tandem, like Batman and Robin, just getting you a ton of jobs. Before we get into the next section of the video, which in my opinion is the most important part of the entire video, if you guys are curious on how we can do this type of stuff for you, we build systems, marketing systems for roofers all across the United States, some of which are booking thousands of appointments a month for individual clients of ours. There should be a link in the description. It should be the first link where you can book a call and talk to our team, and we'll see if we can help you out. If not, you're not interested, that's cool. Just enjoy the rest of the video. All right, section 3, we're gonna be going over branding, how to become the trusted face in your market. We kind of touched on it in section 2, but I wanna go over like the harsh truth of the state of social media now and the state of the market and how content kind of plays into that, right? So every day people are hit with these like empty promises and like guarantees and like super flashy marketing. We went over in section 1, like especially if you don't have like proof, which we'll go over, you need some type of promise, but understand that people are just used to all these crazy offers and crazy guarantees. And probably if you don't get a new roof, if we don't replace your roof in 2 days, we're gonna redo your roof for free plus $5,000, and it's like all this bullshit, gimmicky, dumb like guarantees. You have to understand when you're trying to become that trusted face in your market that that's what your audience is constantly being hit with, right? Scammy companies, these shady contractors, like these roofers that just burn people, like they just sold Miss Granny suit down the street on like a $72,000 roof when the job could have been done for $18,000. I know for a fact you know exactly the type of people I'm talking about in your market. You probably know them by name, right? So just understand that's what people are getting hit with. So whenever like they get a taste of that in your content, the alarm bells go off. It's kind of like in sales, like their guard goes up, right? And they're a lot less likely to be engaged with your face in your content and your message, right? So we already kind of went over this, but like if you're showing up to your pitch with no brand presence, like you're gonna get killed by the guy who shows up to the pitch with brand presence, because the questions in the back of their mind is like, who is this dude? Like, well, I haven't heard of you. Like, oh, you have an Instagram account, but you have like 13 followers, you know, like what's going on? And you have no content, like what, you know, like there's nothing here. There's no trust. There's no familiarity, right? So we need to build trust at scale through our brands, and we're gonna go over what that looks like. To become the roofer people know and trust, even before they need you, you must focus on these two things. So the first thing is your social proof. So in the beginning, we went over the concept of proof versus promise, right? Promise is really great, especially if you don't have proof. You need to have a very strong promise, but proof is going to be king over and over and over again. Like, let me ask you a question. If I told you right now, like, I can get you 10,000 roof jobs this month, which is like some crazy absurd number. If I were to just promise you, like, if I don't get you 10,000 roof jobs, I'm gonna give you all your money back, and then plus I'm gonna give you $10,000, and plus I'm gonna go at, like, like this crazy promise? Or would you rather have me say, hey, I can get you 10,000 roof jobs this month? It's an absurd number, but then if you look and we have like all of these testimonials, we have like 30 other people that say like, yeah, they've done this for me, like in my market, then you're gonna be like, oh, like they could probably do it, So like proof can turn a crazy promise into something that is actually reality, if that makes sense, right? So like when you're building your brand, collect these testimonials as much as you possibly can. Get a video of your happy customers, maybe you with them in the house, just like have them film a video, have like some type of offer, right? For testimonials, like, hey, if you film me a quick video, just saying like talking about your experience with me getting your roof replaced and you dealing with our team, I'll give you $250. And you'll be surprised, like people will just like, pick up the phone and make the most nice video ever. And then you take that video, you post it on your page, you pin it. So every time somebody sees your ad, they click on the ad, they click on your profile, they see that social proof, and they're like, oh wow, this guy looks great. Let me book, right? Like let me go and see. Let me call these guys. Let me see what's up, right? And this is where things start to kind of compound, right? So we're getting that social proof and we're posting it everywhere, posting it on all the platforms we've been posting organic content on, and we're like running ads to, right? So like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you're on your website, everywhere, just stuff it everywhere that you can think of. And this is where the best marketing known to man starts to happen. And that's positive word of mouth. Positive word of mouth it's like the lubricant of all lubricants to business. Like it makes everything so easy. It's so powerful that you could literally, like at a certain point, if you have enough positive word of mouth, like if you're running ads, you can literally like have your ad account be banned and just like not even realize, because you're just getting so many like deals through positive word of mouth. Like you're turning your customers, it's like a positive feedback loop. You get a customer, they really like the job that you do, so they give you like a testimonial, and then they go tell their friends about it, and then you get their friend on a job, like you get their friend like as a client, and then they really like your work, and then they go tell their friends. So it's just like continuously just like a positive feedback loop, right? It's that exponential aspect that I'm talking about, right? So it's kind of like that flywheel with the content, the referrals, the ads, like everything just working on your behalf all the time. Just like you have your customers telling other people about you, you have your content constantly telling people about you, your face is everywhere, your ads asking for that conversion, like all the time, right? So positive word of mouth is like, that's like where things start to click, right? And all your testimonials are being combined with that marketing engine you've been building this whole time, all this content's out everywhere, the ads running. This is where things start to really, really click, right? So everything looks great. You got, a ton of testimonials on your page, happy customers like constantly shouting your name from their rooftops. Did not mean that as like some like weird joke. And there's proof that you are actually the real deal. You no longer have to have some crazy, crazy promise once you have all this proof, right? And you can pick your price, to be honest. Obviously, we're not trying to be unethical, but like we can choose what our worth is, because there's so many people knocking at our door, and everybody knows that I could do what I say because I have that brand presence. And that's where everything clicks, and there's that step order function, and you just, you grinding, and then boop, now we're like top of the industry in our market, right? So hopefully this helps. That's about it. We go really in depth on some of these things that I went over in this video and other videos on our page. So go watch all of them. YouTube might suggest one like right after this video, but just watch every single video. Just do it. So I'll talk to you guys in the next one.